pops up. Anyway, this is my Stardust Dragon Assault Mode deck. Yeah, you probably used to see me constantly making Assault Mode decks. It's my thing, it's what I do. I play Assault Mode as my tournament deck. That's the deck I want to run at tournaments, so that's why I make different variations. One, for speed purposes. I want options. I want to be able to do certain things, not just make Assault Mode. But making Assault Mode is very important since he's the ace monster of the deck. He's the reason the deck exists. And my favorite one was the Dragon Ruler build. It was perfect. It had synergy. It was well balanced. But it's now limited, so I'm playing the limited ruler version. Not as balanced. Still works. Still good. I still play it. It's currently my real life deck for tournament play, but it's not the way I like. I like having 3 of everything, and it's currently limited, so I had to substitute, and substitution takes away from the original concept. But anyway, this is another Assault Mode deck that I made, and it uses Cosmic Dragon Fire and Cosmic Dragon Earth. I would like to use the other ones, but they don't work too well for this concept. I don't want to use the 1-star because it's not like I have that many big level 7s in the deck. All I got is the Redux, and as you can see, I got 3, 3, and 3. I got 9 Earths, so those are all Redux targets, so that I can Monster Reborn any of my synchros or XYZs that I need, but mainly my synchros. So that's why I have those specifically in there. Alright, Masked Chameleon, of course, can grab a monster with 0 defense, which Dragon of Fire has 0 defense and Dragon of Earth has 0 defense. Obviously, I use Masked Chameleon in my Cosmic Dragon deck because of that. Plus extra tuner, instead of relying on just the 1-star. So obviously I use the Masked Chameleon with fire, and I go into 8-star synchros relatively easily, and that's how I make starters. Earth, I use that with Mass in order to go into Black Rose, 7-star play like Landois, because I use Earth tuner, Earth non-tuner, so I can go into Landois, make him live. It comes in handy against Light Sworns and any other deck. Definitely great against the Cosmic Dragon. The Cosmic Dragon mirror matches, or what is the other archetype? It's good against a lot of archetypes. Obviously, it's good against the Tellarknights and the Shaddolls. You know what I mean? So it's a good idea to be prepared for all these new things. I use Giant Rat. I originally had another 4-star Earth tuner in here, but for some strange reason I kept drawing all the tuners through all the duels, so I took them out and put in Giant Rat instead, and then it's been working great ever since. So it's like, yeah, alright, that makes more sense. The deck is basically based off of the concept of the Cosmic Dragons. One dies and that one comes out. That one dies and that one comes out. You know what I mean? So Giant Rat, it's a good choice. It dies, brings out another rat. That dies, brings out another rat. You know what I mean? Can't go wrong with that. Plus it's a 4-star, so XYZ plays, Synchro plays, the usual. A combo that I like to do, because I got Star Eater in the extra deck, is I summon Earth, have Earth, and then Earth dies, which brings out fire. Then I can summon Chameleon on the next turn, of course, next following turn. Summon Chameleon, bring back Earth. Now you got a 3, a 4, a 4. That's 11 right there. Then which makes Star Eater, obviously. You get 500 attack for using fire, so you have a 3700 Star Eater. That's awesome, right? And then he can't be destroyed by battle. Makes it even more awesome, right? And then, of course, he has his own effect. You don't have to worry about warning, because his summoning can't be negated. When he attacks, he's unaffected by spells, traps, or other monster effects. So, gotta love that. And that makes him a pretty devastating monster. 3700 that can't die by battle and is unaffected by spells and traps and monster effects when it declares an attack. Gotta love that. Obviously, I make 11 more than I can make 10. Because here's 7 plus 4 makes makes 11. That's a way to make a Star Eater, but I typically wanted to just create this. So give me a sec. Alright, so, and that's how, obviously I make Star Eater, but typically you want to do the other combo because he gets added effects. I would like to have Landois because, Leo Keeper's Sacred Trees, could that be more broken, but use whatever you can. Plus he's a dragon, so it's only fair. More dragons. Soul Charge because it's broke, obviously, so that helps you bring back a whole bunch of monsters and do the shenanigans, especially if you want to go into a Black Rose play, or let's say you summon Chameleon, bring back Dragon of Earth, Black Rose. If somehow he still manages to have some stuff on the field, Soul Charge, Black Rose again. If you have an extra Black Rose, of course. I only got one, so I can only do that trick once. But it works. Another good concept is if you go into Landois instead, right? And then they're like, warning or something. It's like, oh, you fucked up. Because now Soul Charge and then Black Rose. Gotta love that, right? Beidou, MST, red screens, Regeki break. You know what to do with them. Assault mode activate. Obviously, that's how you make Stardust Assault mode. Call Haunted because that's synergy with the Cosmic Dragons, because you'll get their effects. So your opponent does something like Black Rose, JD, Exciton, something like that. You can get a +1 out of it by Call Haunting one of the Cosmic Dragons and then just plus from it. I forgot to mention Supply Unit, obviously, the Broken Draw card. They stack, of course. One dies, you draw 2 if you have 2 or 3. So getting them pluses, getting them searches, them pluses, you're thinning out your deck by 2 cards every time. So when your monsters get destroyed, so gotta love the broke sauce. And Redux, of course, because he's the monster reborn in the deck. Also lets you go into Big Eye. If you go into a Mass Chameleon, grab Dragon of Earth, Synchro into like Landois, because maybe you want to save the Black Rose for later, so bring out Landois instead. And then banish the Mass Chameleon and the Dragon of Earth, because they're both Earth types, to bring out Redux, and then XYZ into a Big Eye. Or Drago Cycle, whatever rank 7 you prefer, but I use Big Eye. Kessel, the Avion Sky Blaster. Definitely useful in the mirror match. You don't want to destroy. I've tried different things. I tried destroying, not destroying. Not destroying works more. Obviously, it works better than destroying your opponent's Cosmic Dragons. So returning them back to the deck works the best. Sending them to graveyard for Corn's effect is among the best, especially since most Cosmic Dragon players do use Soul Charge. Hitting them for 1,000, and sending their monsters to graveyard, it's not a bad idea. One, it reduces the chances of them bringing too much back from the graveyard. Plus, if they do overextend by trying to bring everything back, they're already low on life. They're just making themselves even weaker. You never know. You might get lucky with a nice little magic cylinder to the face. Just deserves something. They'll be, or even a Gaga Cowboy. They'll be weak enough, and that's the thing. Make sure you get in them life points. Gotta get them life points in the 2,000 range. You know what I mean? Poke them for 2,000 here and there. That reduces the chances of Soul Charge being that devastating. And of course, using Corn's effect to send them so that way they don't get no pluses out of it, and then they're losing 1,000. That will reduce the chances of them having enough life points to bring it back. Then if you bait out Warning, that also reduces life points. So the more you reduce the life points, the better. Because one, you'll win that way, obviously, but also it prevents the Soul Charge play. So that's what the usefulness of Corn. Exciton because he's broken, but be careful of using it against the cosmic dragons and artifact decks, of course. Number 101 because he's broken and he's very useful. I recommend Sky Blaster, Black Ship of Corn, and number 101. Use them selectively. They're very useful against cosmic dragons. You want to use them selectively because they will help you slow down the deck, because they won't be getting the pluses because you're not destroying, you're sending, you're taking, you're removing. You definitely want to get rid of their tuners above all, because their monsters are just floaters. Wannabe reborn Tangus. That's about it. The tuners is what allows them to sink into some broken shit, so definitely get rid of the tuners as soon as possible. Landois, like I said, really good against certain decks, against the mirror match and whatnot. You go against Iceborne, it's definitely good because you can get rid of the extra bait dolls and MSTs or that you have, or any extra spell cards you have in your hands. They're a dead draw because they have no back row, because they hardly do. But if they do, they do, and then you got bait doll and MST for that, of course. Black Rose, not as good as it used to be, because now almost everything floats. So you wipe out the field and then they just replenish the field. So you gotta be careful how you use it. A good tip against the cosmic dragons is let their little monsters, leave them alone, unless you're going to use Corn and stuff like that. Technically leave them alone. Let them synchro. Let them go into a synchro and then deal with the synchro. That's a better choice because the synchro doesn't have their effects to plus. So the best way to get rid of them is letting your opponent get rid of them for you. And you just play accordingly. So let them synchro, then compose their monster. Let them XYZ summon and compose their monster, or warning, the usual stuff you do. High Red Dragon Archfiend, just because he's really good, but be careful against cosmic dragons. Crimson Blader, really good, definitely will prevent them from synchroing, so that can slow them down. Scrap Dragon is mainly good for getting rid of back row. Definitely you don't want them to keep their cosmic dragon ley line. That's freaking black roll just waiting to happen, so get rid of it as soon as possible. Since this is a cosmic dragon assault mode deck, obviously you have the mighty Kung Fu cosmic dragon of brilliance, so you have the ability to do to them what they could do to you. Star Eater, because you can make them, and you can make them really, really strong. And 3 Stardust, because this is Stardust assault mode. And that's the end of the deck profile.